And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Commodore Nation. I got a special guest here with me. We're going to do a little bit of pregame. I got Jared Neese over here with me.
Yeah, so thanks Dalton for the invite on here.
All right, Jared, what are you looking at this game here tonight? What do you think the Doors have to do to try to pull out a win here?
I think the Doors got to come out and be physical. I think they got to, play a little hard-nosed basketball tonight. I think Shannon's got to come out and call his plays right. We got to slow it down a little bit, score. We got to score the ball.
Yeah, we don't need to get Hazard in that fast-paced game because that's where they really strive at. It's that fast-paced basketball, getting up and down the floor. Shannon's going to slow the ball down a little bit tonight. I know the Doors like to run a little bit and get fast action going there, but might have to slow it down a little bit tonight.
Yeah, we just need to take our time, try and score some points tonight.
If you look at Hazard's team, there's really two main people you've got to stop, in Evan Eversole and Seth Cottle, because any one of those could go off on you on any given night. So what's something that Shannon has to pull out and possibly do here tonight?
I think we just got to lock down Seth, and I believe we'll be all right with Evan. Evan shoots about 50% from the three-point line, but doesn't take very many of them. So I think we come out tonight and we guard Seth pretty hard, and I think we got to make the other four beat us before anything else.
That is true. So, Jared, I want to thank you for coming up here to do some pregame. So, folks, we'll be back here shortly with starting lineups.
Here at the John C. Combs Arena. 45 seconds to go before this next game starts. Folks, I'm your host, Zach Miller, here with Dalton Chandler. You know, folks, this is our last game you all will ever see broadcasted on Commodore Nation. And you know, we had to make it one for the books, so here we are once again.
Yeah, folks, this is going to be the last one. So guess what, Zach? I'm going to bring it back. We're ready for some high-flying, rim-rocking, posterizing, backboard-shattering, nylon-burning basketball here tonight at the John C. Combs Arena with Coach Randy Napier Court. We're set to bring you boys basketball action. Prairie Central taking on the crosstown rival, the Hazard Bulldogs. Here in a doubleheader, you know, the girls just won their game 73-60. So
we're going to go ahead and give a shout-out
Commodores.
to the reason why we done this game tonight again, folks. As you see him down there standing with Coach Combs, Parker Brashear. Folks, we want you all to comment and wish Parker well wishes as he graduates this year, and this was his one wish, to have one more game of Commodore Nation.
And folks, we're getting set to give you starting lineup action here, and we will go ahead and start with the Hazard Bulldogs starting lineup. And at forward, you got number 5, Evan Eversole. At guard, you have number 13, Seth Cottle. At forward, number 40, Kenyon Higgins. And at guard, number 2, Dalton Combs. And at another guard, number 4, Nick Ratliff. And folks, that is your starting 5 for the Hazard Bulldogs here tonight. And folks, You know, Commodore's going to try to come in here and get a victory. They did not get the victory on the last one that they played up at Hazard. That was a loss for the Commodores. And now it's time for your starting lineups for your Perry Central Commodores. You got number 13, Tyson Neese at guard. At guard, a sophomore, number 23, Mason Sumner. At guard, a junior, number 11, Trayton Woods. At forward, a junior, number 1, Carter Castle. And at your other forward, a senior, number 4, Kaiser Sloan. And folks, that's your starting lineups for your Hazard, or your Perry Central Commodores. My bad.
Not now, you can't be confusing the Bulldogs for the Commodores. They're two opposite
I got to get back into it. I ain't called a game in a couple weeks. Last one I done was with John Newell at Leslie County, where the Leslie County boys took on the Estill County Engineers.
Folks, I'm not going to hate on Perry Central here, but they begged for a pep section. Looking over at Perry Central, I don't see Jack Squat. Looking over here at Hazard, I see wannabe country boys and girls.
You know, pep sections ain't been like it was when we was in high school, Zach. You know, sophomore, junior, and senior year, those pep sections were at the top of the Perry Central pep section.
Folks, bringing out the ball for the officials tonight will be Mr. Xander Baker. Sheriff.
Everybody watching, please comment and let us know that you're watching here. We are watching the chat, so we will give you shout-outs.
Junior Deputy Sheriff Xander Baker.
Junior Deputy Sheriff Xander Baker.
Had to remember what's the name of it.
For tip-off here at the John C. Combs Arena, one final time on Commodore Nation. Sloan and Ratliff to tip. And the Commodores come away with it. Neese going to bring it across the timeline, guarded by Ratliff out front. Castle sets a screen. Neese feeds it into Castle, wide open under the basket, puts it up and in. Carter Castle
good shot for Castle.
Gets the first points on the board for the Commodores. Now Cottle going to bring it up the floor. Woods guarding him. Cottle out front. Cottle's going to drive the lane, kicks it out to Ratliff for a three. No good. And rebound down, tapped out of bounds. It's going to be Perry Central basketball.
While you weren't watching there, Dalton, I was watching the computer, so he was commenting. We lost all video for about 5 seconds.
We want to give a shout out to WSGS. They're letting us use their video tonight so we can bring you all this action here tonight.
Folks, so yes, give them a big shout out. You know, WSGS actually provides a lot of video for us when we was doing it before.
Castle drives the lane, spin move, ran into Higgins there. Now Castle with the ball. Castle, 15-footer on the way, no good. Higgins down with the rebound, going to give it off to Ratliff. Ratliff's going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Ratliff off to Everso. Everso guarded by Sloan, drives the lane, kicks it off to Higgins in the lane, puts it up and in off the glass. First 2 points on the board by the Bulldogs from Ratliff. Now Neese going to bring it across the timeline here. Kicks it off to Sloan on the right wing. Sloan guarded by Everso. Sloan kicks it off to Neese out front, top of the key. Neese drives the lane, puts it up, no good. Higgins down with the rebound. Commodores going to have to close out on rebounds tonight. That's what hurt them up at Hazard.
Looks like it was almost
about a month
Higgins
ago.
Down with the ankles.
Now Cottle brings it up, gives it off to Combs. Combs off to Everso on the left wing. Gives it off to Ratliff. Ratliff guarded by Sumner, off to Combs. Combs guarded by Neese, back to Ratliff. Thought about the straightaway three. Kicks it off to Combs. Combs going to bring it back out, reset the offense for the Bulldogs. Stolen by Sumner. Sumner down the lane, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in for the Commodores. 4-2, 6:05 to go.
Not for sure what Sumner's going on here. I believe he's broke his nose previously.
Yeah, I believe he has broke his nose, so he is wearing a face guard.
I just noticed it down the.
Everso sets the screen for Cottle. Almost had it stolen. Now Everso with it, guarded by Sloan. Back to Cottle. Higgins sets the screen for Cottle, and Perry switched off that screen, got the defense there to stop the drive. Now Ratliff in the corner. Back to Higgins. Higgins off to Everso in the lane. Kicks it back to Higgins. Higgins up strong and in. 4-4. We're tied with 5:30 to go. Now Woods brings it up the floor. Guarded by Cottle. Off to Neese out front near the logo. Neese with the basketball, gives it off to Woods on the right wing, gives it out to Castle near the top of the key, back to Neese. Neese off to Sloan in the lane, has it blocked by Eversole, and Cottle down with it on the way for the Bulldogs. Cottle, step back three on the way, no good. Higgins with the rebound, off to Eversole, down the lane, puts it up, count the basket, and one for Evan Eversole.
Y'all see how rowdy Hazard is in here. Man, why can't Perry Central have that? Although we are down by 2, come on, folks, support your team a little bit.
The foul is on number 1, Carter Castle. That's his first and the first for the team in the game.
Mr. Evanshine up here for 2.
For
Actually,
one. And it's
he
good.
makes it.
Gets the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Now Woods going to bring it across the timeline here for the Commodores. Woods guarded out front by Cottle, off to Castle. Castle out front to Sloan. Sloan hands it off to Woods. Woods cutting around the perimeter. Out front, guarded by Higgins, lets a mismatch, pull up 3, Woods. Nylon!
Nothing but net, folks.
3-point basket, Trayton Woods. We're tied at 7, 4:20 to go, first quarter. Cottle gives it off to Eversole. Eversole out front to Combs, almost had it stolen by Neese, off to Ratliff. Ratliff off to Cottle. Cottle drives the lane, kicks it off to Eversole. Eversole, stop and pop 10-footer, no good. Neese down with the rebound. Neese going to bring it up the floor, gives it off to Woods. Woods tried to drive the lane, guarded, picked up by Higgins. Feeds it into Castle. Back out to Woods, thought about the 3. Pump fakes, drives the lane. That's going to be a kickball violation on the Bulldogs. So it's going to be Perry Central basketball inbounding underneath their own basket. Neese to trigger it in for the Commodores. Neese into Sloan.
Buddy, I'm
Sloan
over here
in the corner.
watching. I'm over here. I caught some action here. It's not ball game. I looked over and we're having a full-blown wrestling match on the left side here. Not for sure if we're watching basketball, folks, or WWE.
And that foul is going to be on number 4. It's going to be on number 4, Nick Ratliff for the Bulldogs. It's going to be his first and the team's first. Woods triggers it into Neese. Neese going to bring it across the timeline, hands it back off to Woods. He's going to set the offense up for the Commodores. Gives it off to Castle. Castle out front to Sloan. Thought about the 3, guarded by Eversole. Sloan drives the lane. Eversole wanted the charge, not there, and Castle puts it off the glass and in. 9-7, 3:25 to go, first quarter. Commodores up by 2. Cottle brings it up the floor, guarded by Woods, gets it off to Eversole. Eversole out front to Combs. Combs guarded by Neese, gets it off to Ratliff, guarded by Sumner. Ratliff triggers it into Eversole. Eversole drives the lane, has it blocked. Woods out with the ball. Woods running with it down the court, puts it up, blocked by Cottle. That's going to be a foul. He is not happy, and the whole Hazard bench is not happy with that call. I can tell right there.
The Hazard bench ain't happy, but you know, I don't care. That was a foul.
That was indeed a foul. He reached over the back. That was kind of over the back, and he reached over his body as well. So Woods at the line for 2. It's going to be the first foul on Cottle.
You know how they are, just trying to get their points in one at a time.
Woods can't get the first one to drop. Woods at the line for 1 more. Shout out to our boy Landon Napier down here. He just walked in.
Do not see him yet.
He just went towards the locker room.
Okay.
And Woods got the second one to go. Cottle going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Cottle going around the perimeter, working on Woods. Tries to get in the lane. Stop and pop 5-footer. No good. Tapped in by Eversole. That's going to get the score back 10-9.
You know,
Perry Central up 1.
You know, Dalton get it here. Eversole is a gentle giant.
Woods feeds it off to Neese. Neese out front. He's going to drive the lane, kicks it off to Castle. Castle almost has it stolen, gives it off to Sloan. Sloan, 7-footer, got it! Basket by Sloan, 12-9. Perry Central up by 3. 2:20 to go, first quarter. Cottle's going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Kicks it off to Combs. Combs working on Neese, gives it off to Ratliff. Or Higgins, my bad. Now to Ratliff. Ratliff back to Higgins. That's going to be a push foul on number 23, Mason Sumner, for the Commodores. That's going to be his first and the team's second of the night.
Folks, as of right now, Perry and Hazard both has 2 fouls for each team. And total timeout.
That's going to be a charge call on Higgins. That's good job there by Carter Castle taking the charge when he lowered his shoulder and rammed into him to get him out of the lane.
I'll give the man Higgins, a little shout out. He didn't get mad, gave him a little pat on the back.
He did. Good sportsmanship.
That's good sportsmanship.
Neese brings it down the floor for the Commodores. Castle sets the screen, gives it off to Sumner. Sumner off to Castle. Castle hands off to Sloan. Sloan uses the screen from Castle, drives down the lane, and no good. Ball still being tapped around, kind of. And it's going to be a foul on the Commodores. It's going to be on number 4, Kaiser Sloan.
Carter was about to show good sportsmanship again there and help Evan up, Folks, everybody hates on these 2 teams when they play. Yeah, I understand rivals and everything. But, honestly, over the years, I've seen some good sportsmanship out of these 2 teams.
Good sportsmanship.
It's not like we're playing MC Napier and
Dillis
Combs.
That was a big rivalry back in the day from what I've heard.
You don't get that no more. I'd like to see some of the older folks, mind me calling y'all older, but I'd like to see some of you folks go back together again and have another game. Combs up with the shot up, no good.
Combs missed the first one wide left, got his own rebound, put it up, and it was no good. Drew the foul on the Commodores. It's going to be on number 1, Carter Castle. That's his 2nd of the ball game so far.
2 shots for Combs.
Dalton Combs at the line for 2.
Dalton, who we got referee in here tonight? Brian Johnson. I'm not for sure the other 2.
Me neither.
I seen
Combs' first one is good.
Dalton can actually give a shout out to one of his co-workers out here tonight. You can actually see him in the corner of the screen there with a big camera.
Mr. Jack Demler, he's a sports reporter at WYMT. It's actually his birthday too. So.
Happy birthday, buddy, if you ever watch this.
Landon Miller checked in for the Commodores there and also Bo Bacon. Sumner drives the lane, puts it up, no good. Got the foul call on the Bulldogs. So 12-11. Perry Central up 1. 1:16 to go in the game, or in the first quarter, my bad.
12-11, Bulldogs down by 1. Commodores really putting up a good fight so
There's
far.
a total difference in this game and the one that was played at Hazard. Hazard got off to a 11-0 start.
Sumner's first shot's good.
So that kind of put a damper on the first of the game up there.
I didn't watch Hazard. I didn't go and watch it in person. I actually watched WSGS do it, and I was watching it for a little bit there. And, I was solely impressed when Leslie County was up on Hazard. I watched most of that game.
That was a really good game.
That was. I was impressed.
During the free throws there, number 10, Trace Kincaid, checked in for the Bulldogs. Now Combs with it, and there's going to be a foul underneath. That looks like it's going to be away from the ball, and that's going to be on number 2, Bo Bacon, for the Commodores.
Mr. Bo. Folks, Dalton's hoping again for tonight we could get a little slam-a-lam-a-ding-dong.
I'm hoping, man.
But it won't be said that lightly.
No, it sure won't. I'll tell you that. Evan Eversole at the line for 2. First one up and good for Eversole. Eversole at the line for 1 more. It's good at the line. 2 for 2 for Eversole that time.
And
14-13, a minute to go in the first quarter.
If Perry could keep the lead the whole game, that'd be nice.
Sloan with the ball, tried to hand it off to Woods. That's another foul on Higgins. He can't do that. He's trying to plead his case right now.
Looks like Johnson's going to tag in for Higgins.
And that one's going to be on number 40. Kenyon Higgins. That's his second.
Another one of our former players.
It is. Tucker Johnson.
Tucker Johnson, Nevins, and also Doc Combs.
Yep.
Wherever they're happy, though, that's all that matters.
Yep.
First
one's good from Sloan.
I have nothing against any of them.
That's right. Number 22, Tucker Johnson, checks in for the Bulldogs. And number 21, Tyler Smith, checks in for the Commodores.
Who do you check in for? Carter?
Carter Castle.
Carter Castle, yep.
Second one at the line for Sloan is good. Commodores up by 3, 16-13, 50 seconds to go first quarter. Cottle brings up the floor, picked up by Woods. Cottle trying to get in the lane. Pulls up from the free throw line. It's good. He's deadly right there. You can't let him get there to shoot if you're the Commodores. Miller triggers it into Woods. Woods going to bring it up the floor, guarded by Cottle. Woods trying to slow the offense down for the Commodores. Possibly going to hope for a last-second shot here. 16 seconds to go, first quarter. Commodores up 1, 16-15. 10 seconds.
I didn't realize we were holding
Woods
the ball
off
there.
to Smith. Smith gets it off to Sloan. Sloan off to Woods. Woods drive the lane, floater up. No good at the buzzer. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here, folks. 16-15 is your score. Perry County Central up by 1. And Mr. Miller, what's some things that the Commodores are doing right now that's really put them ahead in this game to get a lead here on the Bulldogs?
You know, Dalton, their defense this first quarter, has been really well. I'm fairly impressed with that, actually, because I've been watching them the past couple games. Actually, I think I've been here their home games, the last 4 home games I've watched, and I've watched their defense progressively get better. Now, the offense-wise, I haven't really paid much attention to that. I just pay attention to the main focus. But the main focus is offense and defense. If you ain't got those two, and if you can't make your foul shots, you ain't no good.
Free throws win games. Free throws win games.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that. If you can't make your foul shots, what's the point of even playing?
The Commodores, without Ridge Beverly not playing, so the Commodores losing a big piece of their team there in Ridge Beverly, and they have to come out and prepare for that as well.
Commodores this year will actually lose Kaiser Sloan.
They will.
Tyler Smith. And I think there's one more. Carter Castle, that is correct. So we're set for action here. Second quarter, Cottle gives it off to Combs. Combs guarded by Miller. Down low to Everso, guarded by Sloan. Everso, cross-court pass to Kincaid. Puts it up, 3, no good for an iron. Sloan down with the rebound, up ahead pass to Sumner. Commodores running the floor. Gives it off to Woods. Thought about the 3, tried to drive the lane. Has it stolen by Everso. Everso drives the lane, puts it up and in. That ain't no good at all.
Hazard with their first lead of the ball game, 17-16. Bulldogs up by 1.
Somebody needs to knock Hazard out of bounds. Okay.
And they called a timeout.
I see how Mr. Al Holland plays there, buddy. Congratulations, bud.
30-second timeout called by the Bulldogs. Right there, that whole set right there, the 2 up and downs. Sloan come down with the ball, and he had it stolen right there top of the arc by Everso. He got in the passing lane, got there, got the ball, and
folks, you can see on the camera there, Robert Dock and Mr. Tyler Robinson, Trayton Woods, Mason Sumner,
Kaiser Sloan,
Coach Wayne Morris, Coach Shannon Hoskins, Landon Miller, Parker Brashear. Folks, you can actually see him in the back there, and actually you can't now. So
we're set to bring it back here. 7:18
Landon Miller
to go.
has checked in for the Commodores.
7:18 to go first half. 16-17, Hazard up by 1. Cottle with it. Cottle guarded by Woods, out front to Everso. Everso off to Kincaid. Gives it off to Everso. Everso working on Sloan, tried to get the charge call. Everso thought about the 3, got picked up by Woods, and got it down to Johnson for the easy layup.
Going to give Bo some impressive defense there, bud. Guarding one of his good buddies.
Now Woods with the basketball. Woods going to drive the lane. Kicks it out to Sumner. Sumner off to Sloan. Sloan thought about the 10-footer, gives it off to Smith. Smith hand off to Woods. Fires a straightaway 3. No. And Sumner down with the rebound. Offensive board. Had it blocked. Offensive board again for Miller. Miller thought about the 3. Off to Smith. Foul on the floor, and that's going to be on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on Hazard's number 5. It's going to be on Evan Everso, his first and the team's first of this quarter. Miller to trigger it in. Gives it in. Tried to get it into Neese. He wasn't looking. That's a turnover for the Commodores.
Coach Hoskins calling a timeout.
30-second timeout call here by Coach Shannon Hoskins. He's seen enough.
and we're going to take it with them. And we're back, folks.
Back here, coming out of the timeout break, called by Coach Shannon Hoskins. Combs going to bring the ball up the floor for the Bulldogs. Combs working on Neese. Gives it off to Everso, feeds down to Cottle. Cottle puts it up, rolls in for Cottle. That's a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs now. Neese going to bring the ball up the floor for the Commodores. Neese off to Sloan. Sloan off to Miller. Miller off to Smith. Gives it off to Neese. Neese, Woods, thought about the three. He's going to sidestep three on the way. No good. Sloan with the offensive rebound, puts it up off the glass and in for the Commodores. Cuts the lead to three, 18-21, 5:30 to go, second quarter. Cottle going to bring the ball up the floor. Cottle out front, gives it off to Combs. Down low into Johnson. Johnson puts it up, no good. Sloan down with the rebound, off to Woods. Commodores out running with it. Woods drives the lane, gonna get the foul call on the Bulldogs.
Who was it on, 13? Seth Cottle.
It's gonna be on number 2, Dalton Combs.
They're gonna start playing rough out in these third and fourth quarters. They'll start getting in there and playing hard.
Woods at the line for 2 shots, could cut the lead to 1. Woods, first one on the way. Bottom of the net, got it.
Castle checking in for Smith.
Bringing Carter Castle back into the game with 2 fouls. That's something you don't see much very often.
It's all right. You got
Woods cuts the lead to 1,
go.
20-21. Hazard with a 1-point advantage over Perry Central.
Hopefully that'll change in a minute.
Cottle going to bring it up the floor. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson out front to Kincaid. Off to Cottle. Cottle guarded. Gives it off to Combs. Back to Cottle. Cottle off to Eversole. Back to Cottle. Back to Eversole. Off to Kincaid. Guarded by Miller. Gives it out front to Cottle. Woods playing really good defense on Cottle right now.
He is tonight. He's playing really good defense tonight. Miller
out
also
front to
is.
Johnson. Johnson off to Cottle. Out front to Combs. Fires a 3 straight away. Bottom of the net. Dalton Combs got it. Now Neese going to bring the ball up the floor. 4-point advantage for Hazard. 20-24. 4:20 to go. Sloan in the corner. Off to Castle. Out to Miller. Miller gets it to Woods. Woods comes back out front. Guarded by Johnson. That's a mismatch. Prairie Central going to take advantage of that. Step back 3. Thought about it. Gives it off to Sloan.
Sloan thought about it too.
He thought about the 3. Gives it off to Castle. Castle guarded by Cottle. That's a mismatch as well. Now Woods back out front with it. Woods going to go to work with the ball. Kicks it off to Sloan. That's a turnover. Eversole comes out with it. Now Cottle's going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Brings it across the timeline. Woods picks him up. Now Eversole out front. Guarded by Sloan. Cottle, 3 on the way. No good. Castle down with it. Gives it off to Woods. Woods up ahead to Neese. Neese going to bring the ball back out front.
Game back down to 1 point.
Now Miller with it. Miller kicks it off to Neese.
Folks, I'm eating ice, by the way. I didn't want to ruin it and let it sit there, so might as well eat it. Not supposed to be eating on live either.
Gives it off to Castle. Castle off to Neese. Neese out front to Woods.
Oh,
Step
yeah.
back 3 on the way. No good.
No good.
Eversole brings the ball down, gives it off to Cottle. Cottle drives the lane, puts it up. No good. Draws the foul on the Commodores.
Carter Castle, I bet.
Foul is going to be on number 11, Trayton Woods. His first, team's first of the quarter. Cottle at the line for 2. First one on the way. It's good. Checking in for the Commodores, number 23, Mason Sumner replaces number 12, Landon Miller.
You know, I got to see Connor Cottle come in for a little bit of this game.
And Cottle, second one at the line's good as well. 6-point advantage, 26-20. Hazard up by 6, 2:40 to go, first half. Neese brings up the floor, gives it off to Woods. Woods off to Castle. Gives it out front to Sloan. Gives it off to Woods. Woods drives the lane. Has it blocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Commodores. Strong take to the basket there by Woods, but had it blocked out of bounds, they are going to retain possession.
Folks, I just looked at the score there, 20-26. You know, Commodore's going to have to sweep it up, put it in the dustpan, get it together.
Sloan drives the lane, gets the foul call on the Bulldogs. Fouls on number 22, Tucker Johnson. That's his first and the team's third of this quarter. Sloan at the line for 2. First one's good. I've noticed Shannon tonight has not put nobody on the free throw line to get the rebound.
Yes, I have noticed that. I'm not for sure why he's doing that.
That's on offense. Defense is a different question. Sloan, second one, no good. Rolls off, 5-point advantage, 26-21 for the Bulldogs. Cottle brings it up the floor. Picked up by Woods, gives it off to Combs. Combs almost loses it, gives it off to Eversole. Eversole feeds it down low to Combs, kicks it out to Cottle. Cottle, stop and pop, 5-footer, got it. 7-point advantage for the Bulldogs.
We're going to need to see another timeout here, folks. 21-28, that's not looking good.
Now
and you know it's only the second quarter.
Sloan drives the lane. Has his pocket picked by Combs. And Johnson comes out with it. Gives it off to Cottle. Now Combs with it. Drives the lane on Neese. Puts it up and good.
There it
For
goes.
the Bulldogs, and Shannon Hoskins ain't happy.
Timeout, half. 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout call here by Coach Shannon Hoskins. Zach, the score's kind of flipped on us in a big way.
What did I tell you earlier today? We would start out in the lead. We're going to turn around, and they're going to smack us. No hate on my Commodores at all. No hate on the Bulldogs. But, you know, we can't be letting this happen. Bulldogs, what is their rank this season?
They're they're second in the region, first in the district.
You know what is Perry Central's rank in the region?
Perry Central's ranked 5th in the region, second in the district.
And Hazard's what in the district?
First in the district.
You know, that's not bad.
Tonight determines if there's a 2-way tie for first. If the Commodores pull out a win tonight, it's a 2-way tie for first.
Blocked by Johnson. Carter don't know what to do there. He don't know what to say.
Commodore's going to retain possession. Needs to trigger it in. Gives it into Combs. Combs goes up strong. Has it blocked
now that was
by number 10. It's blocked by number 10, Trace Kincaid. And that's going to be a foul on him as well.
That was straight intentional. You know, Dalton, if I was out there playing, I'd probably done been kicked off the floor because I'd have started
at the line
yelling.
for the first one. Sumner couldn't get the first one to go. Second one is good for Sumner. Cuts the lead to 8, 30-22. 1:20 to go, first half. Cottle going to bring it across the timeline here. Picked up by Woods. Gives it off to Combs, down low into Eversole. Eversole working on Sloan. Sloan couldn't get the block there. Eversole gets it up off the glass and in. 10-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Now Neese with the ball. Neese off to Sloan. Sloan off to Woods. Gives it into Castle. Now off to Woods in the corner, 40
He's gonna
seconds.
shoot that.
There's a trap in the corner. Sloan steps into a three, no good. Ebersole down with the basketball, gives it off to Cottle, and they're going to slow it down. Possibly going to hope for the last second shot here, go into the locker room with at least a 10-point advantage.
You know, that happens every time we play.
Once you go into the locker room with that advantage, you got Uncle Mo on your side. And that's going to be big coming out second half. Now Cottle, guarded by Woods, out near the timeline. Cottle drives the lane, puts it up, no good. Johnson down with it, puts it up, no good. Ebersole puts it up at the buzzer, it's no good.
We'll take that. I appreciate that a lot. No good.
And Shannon Hoskins is not happy as he tells his team to go ahead and get to the locker room. And folks, we'll be right back with some halftime entertainment with a special guest here in just a few moments. So folks, going to bring you some halftime entertainment here. Got a special guest, Keelan Napier here. So Keelan, go ahead and say hello to everybody.
What's going on?
So we're going to give you some halftime entertainment here. We're going to kick it and do some remaining schedules for some teams here. So we're going to start off with the Bulldogs' remaining schedule. Looks like they will have 4 big road games here to start after this game. So they will go to Powell County and play. They'll also go to Clay County, Estill County, and Martin County. 2 or possibly 3 big away games there.
Then
in Clay County
coming to them.
They got Breathitt County coming to them after that. And, you know, Martin County, that's going to be a big away game. Martin County got a really physical team this year, and they're really tall. That's the thing I've noticed about them watching them play throughout this year. Clay County the same way. Them and Martin County is really, really similar in size. The Bulldogs still got a couple more games. They'll host Cordia and come back and host Clay County as well at the Memorial Gym Coliseum. Take a look.
Nice little homestand in the year.
Nice little homestand there to finish out the season. You know, Cordia, and Clay County. You got a really good game there in Clay County back up here at Memorial Gym. So we'll move on to the Prairie Central boys schedule here. You know, Prairie Central will go to. That is not the correct schedule, is it? Yes, it is. It's just got to admit, I put the wrong one in. My bad. Prairie Central will host Letcher County here. Actually, the next game they will host Letcher County. Then they'll finish it off on the road. They'll go to Boyd County, Estill County, or Leslie County. That'll be a doubleheader with the girls. And then they'll finish out the season at Estill County. So, Keelan, what are some things that the Commodores need to do to finish out this season strong?
I mean, they just got to be more physical. They got to their weakness is inside.
Yeah, the weakness is inside for them. You know, size. They've got Carter and Kaiser, but that's really all they've got.
That's all they've got. They've got really good guard play.
Really good guard.
Trayton's a lead.
Yeah.
They just need more play inside, more
you know,
physicality.
Neese a really good guard as well, and Sumner as well. You know, that's their starting lineup. The 3 guards and 2 forwards with you got Neese, Woods, and also Sumner, and then you got Sloan and Castle. So that's your 5 for the Commodores. And you know, one big thing happened in the state last night. You know, Kentucky played.
Yep.
Kentucky played. Actually, me and Darren didn't get to go to that game. You know, what are some things that Kentucky can learn from that? You know, home loss to Florida. And, you know, they got Tennessee coming up next. That's a top 5 team. You know, coming off a loss at home to Florida on an unranked team, what could they do to, like, get some momentum into this next game?
First of all, Mr. Roberts got to hit his free throw.
Yeah, Rob Dillingham has to make that last free throw to put us up by 4.
Yep.
And
I feel like the key to Tennessee is just you got to stop Connect.
Dalton Connect, he's outscoring his team. He outscored them last game when they actually lost to South Carolina at home. Kentucky lost to them as well down in South Carolina.
Both teams will be hungry coming off a loss.
They'll be really hungry, looking for a win. And Kentucky, they're kind of in a must-win situation here.
For morale purposes, yes.
For morale purposes, and if they don't win it, there may be a possibility of losing some of the fan base, I think.
The fan base, yes, but that don't matter to me.
Yeah,
the players.
The players
are going to keep it up.
Yeah.
And this team just has to get healthy.
Yeah, we ain't played a game this season with a full roster. We started the season without any 7-footers.
Yeah.
Then you get your 7-footers back, and Adu Thiero goes out.
Yep.
And now you were without.
Last night you had DJ
Wagner and Edwards out. Edwards has been out 2 games. Well, he wasn't out the Arkansas game. Rob Dillingham was.
Yeah.
But he didn't start that Arkansas game. DJ Wagner was the point we was missing last night.
Yeah.
Reed played an amazing game last night.
Reed had to play all 45 minutes.
He did. He played all 45 minutes, and that's kind of tiring for a freshman.
Yeah. He's not used to that either.
No, he's not used to that. He played at North Laurel and he played the whole game, but he's playing in college now. D1 athlete.
8-minute quarters is different than 20-minute halves.
And then a 20-minute half. 8-minute quarters, that goes by really quick.
Yeah.
A 20-minute half don't go by quick.
Yeah.
There's something else big coming up. It's called the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What are you thinking this year on the Super Bowl?
I think the 49ers are going to bring it home.
Oh, you think the 49ers are?
I do.
Man, I think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes getting another one. 3, going to get his 3rd ring. T. Swift's going to be there. T. Swift's going to be there. Travis Kelce's playing. T. Swift's going to be in the box. She's going to be on the TV the most time out of everybody. You'll get more T. Swift time on there than you will Patrick Mahomes time.
Yeah, about it.
Patrick Mahomes is kind of an elite quarterback in the NFL right now.
Definitely is, definitely. With what he's done, his receivers all year, inconsistent. All around. Everyone but Kelce.
Kelce's been the one there that he can rely on to get that first down when he needs it.
Yeah. I think that benching Kadarius Toney was the best thing this team could have done.
I think it was too. Kadarius Toney really didn't help much at all, if any. He kind of hurt him. And, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl last year. He could go back-to-back.
Yeah.
Tom Brady didn't do that.
Tom Brady's still the GOAT.
Tom Brady's the GOAT right now, but I think Patrick Mahomes has a potential to challenge him for that GOAT spot.
He's got a long way to go.
He's only been in the league 7 years. He's been to the Super Bowl 4 out of those 7.
Tom's got 7 rings still.
Tom does have 7 rings. He does have 7 rings. I'm a Tom Brady fan as well. I like Tom.
As well.
Mahomes is going to challenge him for that, I believe. Mahomes won the Super Bowl last year, and his best receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster.
Can't forget Travis Kelce. And
Travis Kelce's tight end. I'm talking wide receiver.
That's still his number 1 option.
That's his number 1 option, yes. And, they got a really good running back this year in Isaiah Pacheco.
But you got to look, Kelce's at the end of his career.
Kelce's getting to the end.
He's probably only got a couple more years
He's
left.
been in the league 11 years.
Who is going to be Mahomes' go-to when he's gone? Does he have that next option?
They're going to have to bring somebody in.
He's going to have to find that.
When they lost Tyreek Hill, that was big. Mm-hmm. Tyreek Hill went on to the Dolphins. That was their main receiver. Him and Kelce run the show there. Mm-hmm. They did get Mecole Hardman back this year, but Mecole Hardman really ain't stepped into the role that he was when he had Tyreek Hill and Kelce.
Imagine this Chiefs team with this elite defense they have if they still had Tyreek Hill and Kelce.
They would just run over everybody. It wouldn't be close. There would not be any game that's close.
No.
So, Keelan, I want to thank you for coming on here and giving us some halftime entertainment. And, folks, we'll be right back with second half action.
See y'all.
folks. Once again, 22-32, Hazard up by 10 going into the third quarter, and the time starts now.
And Neese going to bring it across the timeline, start things off here for the Commodores, guarded by Cottle now. Kind of switched there. Cottle was guarding Neese, and now Cottle was guarding Woods, and now he's on Neese.
And
there was a three. Oh, my Lord.
What did they call her?
They called steps on Trayton Woods.
Come on now, referee. Come on.
Now, we can't be riding the refs now, Zach. We got in trouble with that our senior year.
But it's our last time.
We got in trouble at Breathitt County for doing that, okay?
We did.
That was the region
hard
tournament.
on.
Yeah.
We was hard on.
You told me to put a reffing outfit on that and go down there and ref a ball game. I said, no, sir.
I mean, I can probably get my official license, but my problem is I ain't going to hear them.
I've got mine.
I ain't going to hear them. My problem.
I just throw people out if they start getting on me.
I hit the big. You gone.
Technical and you're gone. Ever so 10-footer, no good. Higgins down with it, puts it back up and in. 12-point advantage for the Bulldogs, 34-22.
Give a shout out here to Mr. Scott Feltner. Thank you for sharing our post, by the way, Scott. And we appreciate you for listening to us.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it. You know, Scott's a good friend of us here on Commodore Nation.
Hey, y'all want to know something secret? You know, Zach, the weatherman that pops up every now and then?
God.
That, most of the time, is where I find out where the weather comes from. I'm not originally the weatherman. You got Mr. Scott Feltner and Chris Howell.
Don't even bring out Zach the weatherman.
I might come back.
Yeah, the Airport Gardens Lake, you remember that?
It's Combs Fork Lake.
Oh, Combs Fork Lake, yeah.
You know what actually happened the other day? I was going to get out the video, but I felt bad. I come through there. I come from Grandpa's garage, and I'm coming by. A guy's sitting here pumping gas, and I didn't think there was a car coming at me the other way, so I wasn't going to veer over there and get another lane. I went through Combs Fork Lake, probably going 40 on Combs Road, y'all. And that poor person over there pumping their gas seen immediate rain in less than 3 seconds. It was bad. They got
drenched, didn't they?
I wanted to stop and say something, but at the same time, I was like, hey,
man.
man.
The rack puts it up and in. Now Woods with it. Up ahead pass to Sumner. Sumner going to kick it off to Sloan. Out top of the key, off to Neese. Neese out front to Woods. Bulldogs with a 13-point advantage.
Not good, folks. Woods, not good for a Commodores.
Castle puts it up and in. 11-point advantage for the Bulldogs now.
Folks, also on some kind of sports page here, they're doing votes, and I seen Mr. Carter Castle on there. So y'all,
hometown.
Y'all tune in there and vote Carter Castle.
Now Ratliff kicks it off to Cottle. Cottle out front, guarded by Neese. Kicks it off to Ratliff. Ratliff drives the lane on Sumner. Kicks it off to Eversole. Cut to the basket, puts it up and in.
Bring around the rose in, down the hole it went.
Got the shooter's roll. Now Neese going to bring it up the floor, guarded by Cottle. Neese off to Sumner in the corner. Sumner off to Castle. Castle trying to get it cross court to Neese and turns it over. Cottle's going to bring it back down the floor.
We are truly struggling right now. I've noticed that. It's not good. Not good at all.
Now Combs with the ball. Eversole sets the screen on Sumner. Eversole in the corner, guarded by Sloan. Eversole drives to the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound down, Sumner with it.
Sir, I'll take that. Ooh.
And that's going to be another foul on Higgins.
We'll take that. We'll take that. That's
Coach
good.
Al Holland is not happy right there. He did not like that call right there. That's the third on Higgins.
He'll be all right.
Commodore's going to trigger it in again.
I thought Coach Holland retired.
He did, and he come back.
How many more times?
Now Neese going to bring the ball up the floor. Going to bring it across the timeline. 5 minutes to go, 38-25. 13-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Neese off to Miller. Miller corner to Sumner.
Aren't they going to get him for being out of his coaching box?
Puts it in, no good. He is out of his coaching box.
He is across half court.
That ain't going to matter. That don't matter. We don't care about coaching boxes.
Cottle with 3, up good.
Splash for Cottle.
We are in trouble. We are in desperate need and need some help.
The Commodores are in trouble right now. Now Woods with it. Woods thought about the step back 3, gives it off to Castle. Castle gives it off to Neese. Neese working on Cottle, going to drive the lane. Steps called on.
He's going to call that a.
Yep, he
slid on his rump, son.
He slid. It don't matter.
Man.
If he moves without dribbling, that's a walk.
These calls now are. Who's over this now? Well, I really want to know.
If you think those calls are bad, you should have watched the last 2 road games at Kentucky when they should have called a cylinder foul. I about lost my mind.
Who's over this now?
It's called KHSAA.
Well, I ain't taking the time to read it either because they got a whole handbook about it.
I'll give you my handbook.
Yeah, let me read that.
I'll bring them to you. Cottle, 3 on the way, no good. Sloan down with the ball. Sloan going to bring it up the floor
smart.
himself.
I like it there. He's
Gives it off to Miller. Miller kicks it off to Woods. Woods out front. Castle sets the screen. Gives it off to Castle, driving to the lane. No good. Rolls off the front. And Shannon Hoskins is not looking happy at all over there on the Prairie Central sideline.
He sure is not looking happy.
You know, Hazard takes the win. They bring out the broom and sweep them for the season.
What's Hazard's win-loss record right now, do you know?
No good. What was that?
What's their win-loss record right now? Do you happen
Hazard
to know?
is 19-2.
Perry is
14-8. Perry's 14-8.
14-9.
Thought it was 14-8. I forgot they lost that one game in Florida.
Hazard's actually 19-2.
That's what I said. I said 19-2.
19. It's a little loud in here, folks. Oh, man, can't hear
Woods with it.
too well.
Castle sets the screen. Deep 3 from Woods. Way downtown. He got it.
Bingo, son.
He shot that one from Buckhorn right there.
Meet me at the bingo hall, buddy. I could use you for good luck.
Son, he shot that from Buckhorn.
He sure did.
Cottle gives it off to Eversole. Down low into Combs. Kicks it out to Ratliff. Ratliff going to drive on Sumner. Gives it back out to Combs, out to Eversole near the logo. Eversole going to work on Sloan. Gives it off to Combs. Corner to Ratliff. Out to Eversole. Thought about the 3, and that's a walk. It's going back to the Commodores. 41-28.
Now, Mr. Evanson ain't very happy about that.
13-point advantage for the Bulldogs.
How high are they here?
What was it?
How high?
13.
Score? 13. Y'all, Dalton's good at math. I'm good at it, but I don't know how a man does it.
10-footer, no good.
It's automatic. It hits him in the head there. It's like 13 points.
That's that Mike Smith math.
I do have that
Shout
Mike
out to
Smith
my preacher.
math.
I know he's watching tonight. Best
Actually,
preacher ever.
I'm not sure if he is watching. I seen him come in.
I don't think he come in. He told me he was going to watch.
He may be here, Doc.
I don't think he is. He told me he's watching.
No
Collins,
good.
No good. Miller with it. Gives it off to Sumner. Thought he was going to step into a 3 there. Now Woods out front with it. Off to Sloan. Sloan thought about it. Gives it off to Castle. Back to Sloan. Where there should have been a foul call there. Ref missed it. Now Woods going to drive the lane. Kicks it out to Sumner. Sumner going to drive. Stop and pop 10-footer. Blocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Commodores. Zach, you got any shout-outs you want to give tonight? We'll start giving shout-outs every now and then.
Yeah, we won't do this, folks. It's our last time. Yeah, I was one of my buddies. He is from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is actually here in Hazard. His wife is a traveling nurse.
His name is Matt Oliver.
His name is Matt Oliver. But he told me one thing. I was talking to him earlier. He told me one thing. Give a shout-out to the ER nurses. You know, all these athletes, you know, they need help. Somebody gets hurt, possibly.
That is
there you
true.
go.
That was a good shout out there, Miller.
That's what he told me to say. I just say after he did.
Now Cottle with it. Drives the lane. No shot. Going to call the foul on the floor.
Who's this foul on, folks? Number 11.
It's going to be on number 11, Trayton Woods.
It's T. Woods.
Oh, no, they called it on number 12, Landon Miller. His first. First.
Parker nicknamed Tyson, Mr. Tyson Wyson. I seen
yeah,
that last night. I cracked up about that.
Yeah, I saw where he said that. Now Higgins hands it off to Cottle. Cottle kicks it off to Kincaid. 3 on the way. Splash for Kincaid.
Folks, we're going to have to call timeout or something here. It's really not working out for us in the way we want it to. Evanson is down right now for some reason.
It's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. It's going to be on number 2, Dalton Combs. His second, team 4th. So one more foul, and we will go to the line automatically for 2 for the rest of this quarter.
Hazard,
which is 50 seconds.
Will the Bulldogs
The Commodores.
Commodores. Okay.
Neese going to reset the offense for the Commodores. Don't know if they'll hold for a last-second shot here or not, but possibly. 38 seconds to go.
I don't know how they didn't just get Kaiser there. No hate on our own ball team, but that was kind of a – he kind of shuffled his feet there.
No, he had his pivot foot down. Sloan drives the lane itself.
Higgins down to the floor. That was a hard hit, folks.
He stepped in after the foul. So it's –
You know, I've noticed him and Carter's actually showing some good sportsmanship tonight, though.
that should be automatically 2 shots.
Ref has it up there. All right, referee Dalton.
They tried to throw it in bounds, but that's automatically 2 shots.
Who was paying attention there, Mr. Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson was paying attention there. So
that's good.
Good call there, Brian. Sloan, first one to the lines, on the way. Got it. Got another shout out? Give another one, Miller.
That was I just picked my phone up there. Scott had actually messaged us, said doing great, buddy. Thank you, buddy. People couldn't figure out how to comment on it. You know, it's hard on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Got to have like an account or something, I think. I'm not 100%.
Second one's good for Sloan.
Dalton, do you have any shout outs right now?
I'll let you go ahead and give another one.
Want to give my mom and dad a shout out, you know, watching this again. Thank you for supporting me in my high school when I was in there. You know, still supporting me today.
We done this every game when we was in high school.
We did. I miss it. You know, I told Dalton on the way in this. I keep saying this morning. I'm not sure why today. Oh man, that didn't look very good. Oh man, we got 3 down. We got 2 down.
3.
Anyway, I was talking to Dalton here. I was like, man, you know, we're gonna get on this live here. I'm gonna forget what to say. I ain't done this in 2 years, folks. We graduated in 2022. It's now 2024. You know, it don't really hit you either. It hit me when I walked back in this gym to do this one more time for our thing tonight.
We're in the Calipari era right now. We're a one and done.
We are.
A one and done.
We are. Is this Calipari's last year?
No. This ain't Calipari's last year. We ain't get rid of Cal no time soon.
I don't really watch college basketball, y'all,
except
for
watching the Cats, man. Should be watching the Cats. We got an elite team. Sloan, full court shot on the way, no good.
Took out Sarah Terry down there.
Took out somebody down there on the baseline. Folks, we're going to take a little break here. We'll be back with your fourth quarter action here on Commodore Nation.
Folks, I've hit the wrong. I hit it again.
Zach, you hit 3 buttons wrong.
Sorry. That thing's a little touchy for me.
He's trying to learn the new program that we're using a different program this time than we usually have in the past.
It's the same Streamlabs, but, you know, I'm not used to. This little computer here is too touchy. I'm used to the one we had that was so slow.
You had to hit
Your
it to
granny
get it to do
could walk faster than that computer could load, folks.
It would. It was so slow. It was so slow. I mean, it would take forever.
Folks,
offensive foul on Hazard.
We're going to keep calling this ball game, but, you know, with our last year, we're going to, with our last day, we're just going to start giving shout-outs. We did give a shout-out in the girls' game. I'm going to go ahead and do it again.
Yes,
give a shout-out to our board chair member, Burl Hurt.
And
you know,
let's give a shout-out to the guy sitting beside him as well, Mr. Derek Boland.
And the one sitting right on the other side, to the left of Mr. Burl, is Mr. Richie Miller.
You know,
also
Derek Boland's a good friend of mine as well.
Derek Boland's actually a good sponsor with the Kentucky Farm Bureau.
He sure is. He sponsors all the schools around here. Sloan, 10-footer on the way. Got it. Bottom of the net. Cuts the lead to 9. 35-44. Hazard by 9. 7 minutes to go. Fourth quarter action here at the John C. Combs Arena. Now Cottle brings up the floor. Gives it off to Kincaid. Gives it back to Combs. Combs off to Johnson. Johnson out front to Cottle, almost had it stolen by Neese. Neese kind of played the passing lane there, gives it back to Johnson. Johnson off to Kincaid. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Sloan out on the three-point line. Off to Combs, out front, guarded by Neese.
Now I'm seeing some impressive defense here.
Defense is stepping up a little bit for the Commodores, slowly but surely. Cottle out front, guarded by Neese. Good switch there from Neese and Woods to switch players there on the screen. Now Kincaid out front, guarded by Miller. Stolen by Sloan. Now the Commodores with a run out. Lays it up off the glass and in. Commodores cut the lead to 7, 44-37, as the Commodores are kind of starting to rally back here with 6:20 to go, fourth quarter action.
Folks, Dalton wanted to shout out somebody. I was actually going to say it during
we need to give a shout out to the Feltners. They're Hunter's down there racing at East Bay, so good luck, Hunter. We appreciate it.
Good luck, Feltner Motorsports. You know, Benny, Hunter, and Lucy. I've not really met Lucy, but I know Hunter pretty darn well. You know, folks, go ahead and give them a shout out. Good luck down there in East Bay.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out there. So, Zach, now the Commodores kind of starting to rally back here a little bit, closing the gap ever so slightly. You know, Bulldogs we're up 13. Commodores cut it to 7. That's almost at half. So let's see what the Commodores can put together here. I hope that kid don't trip over it.
Folks, I think this thing's about to break.
Folks,
they turned a caution tape into a catapult.
Yeah, they're trying to catapult a kid over here on the concourse.
I'm afraid it's going to break on them.
Well, it's laying on the floor now. Combs gives it off to Eversole. Eversole off to Ratliff out front. Gives it off to Cottle. Cottle, spot up three, no good. Rebound down to Combs. Combs going to step into a three, no good. Foul on the floor. It's going to be on the Commodores. Foul's on number 1, Carter Castle. It's going to be his third, team first.
Folks, you know, I would like to have Parker come up here one last time and, you know, do him a final send-off. But
Eversole working on Sloan. Eversole puts it up. Couldn't get the shooter's roll. Offensive foul. It's going to the Commodores.
Coach Al Holland does not look very happy about that.
That's another foul on Higgins. That's 4 on Higgins. That's
Coach, 4 on Higgins. He is almost fouled out of this ball game.
One more and he's gone.
And if you notice, they're not tagging him in for anybody.
They're not. They're going to leave him in there.
You don't want him to tag out, though. You know, you would think his coaches would, you know, tag him out so he don't foul out on this ball game here.
Neese with the ball out front, guarded by Combs. Gives it off to Castle. Castle drives the lane, off the glass, and one, Carter Castle!
Tagging in for Higgins will be Mr. Tucker Johnson.
Good drive there by Carter Castle to see the switch on the screen, get the mismatch, cut to the basket, put it up off the glass, and one drew the foul.
He must have just said something to them Perry coaches. They're all staring at him.
Carter Castle at the line shooting 1, going to get the 3 points the old-fashioned way. And it's no good. He could not complete it. Now Cottle going to bring the ball down the floor. Now Combs off to Eversole. Cuts it in to Combs. Combs turns around, puts it up. Count the basket and 1 for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Dalton Combs. Commodores with a 7-point deficit, 5:09 to go. Could possibly be 8.
Folks, I want to give another shout out here to, he actually works with WSGS now, Mr. Robbie Smith. Robbie was actually very nice to us when we started this, and you know he loved running camera for us. And now, folks, he is actually running camera for WSGS. That is actually, the video you all are seeing right now is from Mr. Robbie Smith.
Now Woods going to drive it to the basket, puts it up, no good. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Commodores of Perry County Central.
You know, I think they need an official up here, too. I'm not for sure what them says, Doc.
I ain't for sure. Usually they used to say something. Castle puts it off the glass and in for the Commodores. Cuts it to 6. 41-47, 4:45 to go.
I was about to say, we're getting text. What's the score? 41-47, folks.
Eversole with it. Guarded by... offensive foul away from the ball. It's going to be Perry Central basketball. Commodores could push it under 5 here. Now Neese going to bring it down the floor for the Commodores. Neese gives it off to Castle. Castle hands off to Sloan. Sloan going to work on Everso, gives it off to Neese. Neese tried to get it to Sumner, going to stay with the Commodores at Perry Central.
Coach Holland actually has the ball there, folks. Coach Holland's going to bring his debut back and get in the game once again. I'm not for sure who all played here, folks, from the coaches wise, but I know Coach Holland did.
Coach Holland actually coached here before he went to Hazard.
Yes, he did. Coach Hoskins, Daniel Combs. I'm not sure if Wayne Morris played. I really ain't. You know,
Wayne Morris did play.
Okay.
You know, you got Big Dame over there on the bench. Dylan Chaney. Woods down low to Castle, off the glass and in. Cuts it to 4, 47-43. 3:50 to go, fourth quarter.
I actually think every one of our coaches over there played. You know, Dalton, your buddy is still actually here right now, Jack. He's still going.
Yes.
Would that have been you tonight if you didn't take off?
No, I do not do sport. I don't film sports. I do the game of the week. I don't do it like they're doing.
So does he? So I know this is off topic.
He gets the highlights for me.
Does he actually have to go back to work now and edit all that?
Yes. He will probably anchor sports overtime tonight. Eversole puts it up and in.
Now the game is getting rowdy. We're getting a timeout by Hazard, and it will be a
timeout by Hazard. It's going to be a full timeout, and Coach Holland's pleading his case to the referee over here. Folks, we're going to take a break with them. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. We're back, folks. Miller is still away from the microphone over here. He's still dealing with the caution tape. I don't know how long it takes him to figure out how to take caution tape down, but he is now putting the headset back on, so he is back.
Folks, I'm back. I was saving some.
How much time does it take you to take caution tape down? Well, you know, we just had 60 seconds.
Well, there was a little boy on it, and I really didn't want to break. I didn't want him to fall, so I took it.
Took it slow there. Now Sumner with it. Gives it off to Neese. Neese. You know, Bulldogs sitting in a 3-2 zone now.
43-49.
Pulling out zone on them.
Bulldogs 6-point lead.
Neese out front, off to Sloan. Off to Neese. Sumner, back to Neese. Gives it into Sloan. Sloan saved it with his head. Kind of went off the noggin of Sloan.
We got two little guys over here beside
now
us
Woods going to signal over Neese. Neese going to reset the offense here for the Commodores. Neese with the ball. Neese gives it into Sloan. 5-footer, got it! Cut it to 4 for the Commodores. 49-45, 2:22 to go. Fourth quarter action. Combs going to bring it up the floor. And that's going to be a touch foul on Tyson Neese. You can't lay two hands on while you're defending. Can't lay two hands on the offensive player. Combs going to inbound the ball. Can't get it into Cottle there. Had to get it into Eversole. Gets it back to Combs. Combs going to start it out up top for the Bulldogs.
We got a whole crew over here beside of us.
Yeah, they're watching it on our computer monitor over here. Eversole drives the lane, puts it up. Count the basket and one for Everett Eversole. Bulldogs 6-point advantage, 45-51, 2:05 to go, fourth quarter action here at the John C. Combs Arena. Doubleheader night. Girls just already won their game, 73-60. Commodores take the win.
Just got a text here.
Folks, we're having some technical difficulties here.
Okay?
With the kids running behind us. Now Sloan with it.
Sorry, folks.
Sloan going to take it to the basket on Everso, puts it up, no good. Sloan almost got his own rebound. Now Castle with it. Castle drives the lane, floater, good for Carter. Castle cuts it back to 4. No, cuts it to 5. Hold on.
Can you stay over
No,
there?
not 5. Yeah, 5. I had to do my math there.
Folks, my neighbor's actually coming in clutch here. He texted Mr. Brian Napier. Shannon Hoskins and Al Holland both played together at MC Napier.
They did.
They did.
Shannon Hoskins played at MC Napier.
Hey.
But do you know where Shannon Hoskins also played Miller? Cottle at the line. First one's good. Do you know where Shannon Hoskins also played?
I do not.
Clay County.
Clay County.
He played after Richie Farmer played there. Richie Farmer went on to Kentucky. Cottle's good at the line for both. 7-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Now Sloan going to bring it up the floor. Sloan, hand off to Woods. Woods out top of the key, guarded by Cottle. Woods thought about the 3, gives it off to Castle. Castle feeds it into Sloan, puts it up, count the bucket, and 1 for Kaiser Sloan. Cuts the lead to 5, 1:07 to play, fourth quarter action. 54-49, Sloan at the line for 1. Sloan shot at the line on the way. No good, rolls off. Kind of a hook and hold down there on the lower end from Tucker Johnson, but didn't see it as the ref.
49-54, folks. 59 seconds remaining.
5-point advantage for the Bulldogs. This is a much better game for the Commodores than the last one they played against Hazard at Hazard.
They asked us to do senior night, folks. I'm not for sure if they'll let us yet. You know,
They will not. They told us we could do 1 game. Plus, I would not be able to be here that night as well. I will be in Breathitt County.
Might just come myself, folks, and video. You know, I got thousands of friends on Facebook.
Everso first
Do I
one's
know
no good at the
half of them?
line.
Probably not.
Still a 2-possession ball game here for the Commodores. Everso, 1 more at the line. It's going to stay a 2-possession game no matter what happens. And it's good for Evan Everso. So 6-point advantage for the Bulldogs. 55-49, 48 seconds.
47 seconds.
Woods comes up the floor with the basketball. He's going to fire the 3. Bingo! Trayden Woods!
Yes, sir.
And Shannon takes the full timeout. Cuts the lead to 3. 55-52, 40 seconds to go.
I believe Hazard is going to try to hold the ball.
And folks, we've got a game on our hands. We're going to take about a 45-second break here, and we'll be back here in 45 seconds.
Al Holland and Shannon did not play together. They had a lot of years between them.
Yeah,
but they did both play at MC Napier.
They both played at MC Napier. Yes, they did. Shannon also played at Clay County, the home of Richie Farmer.
Yep, that is right.
Cottle's going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. 35 seconds to go. What do you do here? Do you foul?
No.
Everso kind of had an illegal screen there. Sloan trying to sell a foul.
They're going to try to watch it. They're going to hold it.
You're going to have to resort to the foul. Yeah, there it is. You're going to have to resort to the foul. You just wasted a lot of time. 20 seconds now on the clock. Ratliff at the line.
Shannon played with my neighbor's son, Michael. Al's an older folks.
First one is good, so 4-point ball game. It's going to be a two-possession ball game here.
We'll take that timeout with them, folks. We'll be right back.
It's going to be a full timeout taken by Hazard, folks. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Folks, we're back, and it's going to be Ratliff at the line for another one for the Bulldogs. Going to try to put this up to a 5-point game. And it's good for Ratliff. Bulldogs going to press. Wood's going to bring the ball down the floor for the Commodores. Down 5, 15 seconds. Woods. Gives it off to Castle. Woods going to fire the three, puts it up. No good. Sumner down with it, puts it up. Got the foul call on the Bulldogs, which possible late foul call. There's not much you can do in the rest of this game here, Miller. Sumner at the line for 2. First one is good.
Folks,
Sumner at
I don't
the line
want to
for
say
one
this
more.
now, but the game is over for your Commodores.
The Commodores going to take another loss here to Hazard in the regular season. So Hazard's going to sweep the Commodores in the regular season at home and on the road, unless something drastic just happens, in which the clock expires. Bulldogs win 57-54. And folks, your Commodore Nation player of the game is going to be awarded to Mr. Seth Cottle. We congratulate him on a great game played here tonight. And folks,
Cam Brown tuning in here. Sounded good, bros.
Thanks, Cam. We appreciate you, man. So we want to go ahead and congratulate both these teams on a well-played game. Congratulate the Bulldogs on their win and improving to be undefeated still in the district this season.
Yeah, good game for both teams, folks. And you know, it's that time. I thought senior year, thought it was over. Folks, it's that time. We're done for good.
Zach,
it's been good.
It's been good doing these with you, buddy. Hopefully
4
later
years.
on we'll be able to call one on our own platform.
Folks, we may have our own, but
Coming
for now,
soon. Coming soon. Just stick
I'll
around
see
and
you
find
later,
out.
y'all.
Zach,
Enjoy.
we
Y'all have a good
appreciate you.
week.
Zach, we'll appreciate you. And folks, this ain't a goodbye for me. This is just a see you later. I'll see you over on WSGS from now on. I will be calling games for them over there, so just tune in and check us out over there on WSGS. And folks, we want to thank WSGS for sharing their camera feed over here for us tonight.
Mr. Miller, folks, finally retired. I'll catch y'all soon.
And folks, I will see you all later. It is a very, I'm not going to say goodbye, it's just a see you later. So folks, we appreciate you tuning in, and we appreciate you for tuning in for this last one. Big doubleheader here, and folks, we'll see you later.